How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, it's another film at the London Film Festival, and this one marks the screenwriting and directorial debut of one Maggie Gyllenhaal, and a film that I went into completely blind, The Lost Daughter. Olivia Colman plays a college professor enjoying a holiday on the Greek coast away from her family. A loud group soon arrive at the resort, including Dakota Johnson as a relatively new mother. Seeing this, Colman's professor begins to have flashbacks to her own past and her struggles as a mother. So like I said, I went into this film knowing next to nothing. I knew that it starred Olivia Colman, Dakota Johnson and Jessie Buckley, written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, but besides that, nada. There's no real detailed plot synopsis available online, there's no trailers, there's like a handful of still images, and that's it. But let's kick off with my positives, and we'll start with the performances, because they are really, really strong here. Olivia Colman is just the most wonderful actress, and I can definitely see her nabbing an Oscar nomination for this performance. Her character is like a jigsaw puzzle, and when we first meet her, all the pieces have been scattered, and it's over the course of the film that we are finding the pieces and beginning to put it together so we see the larger picture, which is a very intricate examination of motherhood, and one that you very rarely see transposed onto the big screen, or even discussed in general for that matter. Playing the younger version of said character is Jessie Buckley, who might just swipe the film away from Olivia Colman. Her performance is multi-layered, multifaceted, and really bloody impressive, so I would imagine that she's definitely secured an Oscar nom for Best Supporting Actress, and I wouldn't have any arguments if she ended up winning. Unless she was up against Anne Dowd for Mass. Then I might be upset. Dakota Johnson is good too, although I don't think she gets as much to do as Colman or Buckley. And that's because there's a lot of intrigue around her character, but very little of it is explored upon. As for how Maggie Gyllenhaal fares as a first-time director, she's got a great eye, especially when it comes to framing. You can tell she's got a real knack for capturing the beauty of the Greek coast. As for how she fares as a screenwriter, Look, this film is definitely going to appeal to a lot of people. Two of my buddies, actually, Luke and Stu Talks, really loved the film, and I'll include a link to their reviews in the description below, so please go and check them out. They're fantastic, and they will give a great explanation of why they enjoyed the film. Just so happens, it weren't for me. But as for yours truly, the story is where I encounter quite a lot of problems, and simply it just didn't work for me. I'm going to keep things spoiler free, so you don't have to worry about anything being ruined for you. For starters, the 2-hour runtime does feel unnecessary, especially because the plot is so aimless. The opening act seems to suggest a potential mystery and underlying sense of intrigue that could have had the potential to lead to a very suspenseful psychological thriller, but it decides against that and chooses to place its priorities on things far less interesting, which really slows the pacing down. Like I said, the story feels like it's about to wander down an interesting route and then pulls back. It's very stop-start. Like something's about to happen and then nothing actually does. And by the end, I don't know if I had any of my questions that I needed answered, or at least questions that I needed to have answered so I can get on board with what Gyllenhaal and her crew were striving to accomplish. I think The Lost Daughter might just come down to personal preference. Universally, we can all agree that Colman and Buckley crush it, and Maggie Gyllenhaal shows a lot of promise as a filmmaker, but the uneventful, uneven, and unnecessarily ambiguous story just didn't cut the mustard for me. So, I'm going to give The Lost Daughter a 5 out of 10. Anyway guys, those were my thoughts on The Lost Daughter. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? The London Film Festival crowd seemed to be kind of split on this one, so I'm very interested to hear your thoughts. And my question to you, I want to know, has there been a critically beloved film released this year that for whatever reason just didn't click with you. There are still a few days left of the London Film Festival, so there will still be content coming your way. But as always, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.